Good evening, IWV. This is Ridgecrest Talk. I'm ClairAnn Herbert, and tonight we have two special guests from James Monroe Middle School. The principal, Dr. Bonnie Porter, and the vice principal, Mr. Michael Cernett. Hello. Good evening.
Hi.
Good evening. Thank you for joining us tonight. First of all, I think it would be interesting to find out from both of you, and I'll ask one first, Dr. Porter. Could you give us a little, in a nutshell, how you became in the position as principal at James Monroe?
Okay. I started in Covina teaching. I taught for 10 years, mostly in South Pasadena. Then was asked to be an assistant principal in Eagle Rock. Was assistant principal for 3 years in Eagle Rock, part of LA Unified. Loved it. Didn't think I would, but I did. And then took on a principalship. I spent 8 years mostly in Simi Valley as a principal in an elementary school, and then had the opportunity to come to Monroe to try out middle school.
Okay, so this is your first time in Ridgecrest.
Right. I grew up in Ridgecrest.
Oh, you grew up in Ridgecrest. Okay, so you went and came back.
Yeah, gone for 27 years and came back.
All right. Has much changed?
Not much. Still pretty much the same.
Except for the Marshalls. Yes, we have a TV station now. A Marshalls, a Joann's. Yes, those.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, well, very interesting. And then also, Mr. Cernett. How did you become the vice?
I grew up in San Diego, and then 26 years ago, I came to be a teacher at Monroe Middle School, and I taught there I've been there for this is my 26th year. And so I taught science and PE and computers and health and lots of things.
Yeah, so you've been around.
I've been around. I've been around. And last year I took a year off from Monroe and went to teach at Mesquite, and then was asked to come back this year with our admin changeover. And they asked me to come in and apply for the VP job at Monroe. I'm really excited about it because I'm kind of a tiger at heart. Yeah, with my tiger tie.
Of which
yes.
your tie,
yes.
Very lovely. Well, cool. Okay, so I can tell you two have a lot of fun working together.
We do work, but we have a lot of fun.
That's the best kind of work.
Yeah.
It really is. So what would you say is your mission at James Monroe?
Basically, what we want to do is try to get the students involved in the school and in programs, because when they're involved, they're part of something, they feel proud to be a student at Monroe, and we want them to be successful. If they feel proud, they want to be part of something, then they'll tend to be more successful.
Right, and this is a difficult age, isn't it?
Heck,
I mean,
yes.
Junior high is a difficult age.
Yes. We also we're really concentrating on being very positive with the staff. We really want the staff to get involved, and we're trying to just create a really cool, positive culture. And when we get the staff involved, when we get the teachers and custodians and everyone on campus on board with what we're doing, the kids just follow along. And so we're really trying to really bolster the school culture. Yeah.
Yes, I would say that's important for sure to get the kids.
You can tell. I mean, if you've been in school for a long time, and she and I have probably 40-something years of experience. School culture is everything. It affects test scores. It affects discipline. It affects everything. And we're trying to make it so the kids and the teachers like to come to school every day.
And we revamped our staff lounge. That's one of the first things we did. It was a big project. We took our former computer lab that we no longer needed, revamped it, got our ASB students involved before school started, got our custodians involved, set up a nice area for the teachers to be able to...
Oh, cool. So the kids were involved in that as well?
Mm-hmm. Oh, as much as we can.
She's been a kick to work with, because she'll just say we're going to do something, and we'll just do it. And the next day it's different. And the people with the staff lounge, she wanted it, so we did it, and they came back, and everybody no one knew where they were going. But it's really fun. It's good to have a changeover
Woman in charge.
with a lot of.
Good.
Hey, it's a great thing. Yeah, very good.
It really is.
Yeah.
It really is. So now with all of that, I also would like to talk about you've got a Campus Pride Day coming up
Friday. So we have again, it's a joint effort. We have our PTSO organization, our parent-student organization. We have our ASB teacher and students, and we have our Monroe Recycling Club, all working together. We want to give the students an opportunity, again, to be part of the school, to take pride in their school, to make their school look nice. So we've organized, some students will be painting, some students will be washing walls, just cleaning up the school, and they get tickets for cleaning after school on Friday. If they get 2 tickets, then they're invited to a barbecue at 3:45 following.
Okay, so this event is after school.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. About 15 minutes after school, the kids will just line up, and they'll be assigned chores, and they'll go around the campus cleaning up, and then we have a really cool. Three of our teachers are really renowned barbecue people.
Ooh.
Yeah. So they've.
Now, can parents get involved in this as well?
We're trying to encourage it because there is a lot that needs to be done, and parents can come and help supervise. A lot of parents have experience, and it would be good to have kids be supervised by the parents while they're cleaning. So.
Yeah, we have student leaders with each group, and we'll be out there, and our school resource officer, Officer Tees, will be there. So anybody in the community that wants to help, this is an opportunity to get involved. And a great way to start the year. We're trying to get the school looking in top shape for our back-to-school night.
Right. I think that's a great way to do it, too. And it gives the kids a sense of pride also that they're involved in making their campus look nice.
Our head custodian has been really, she's really chipped in, and she's really helped come up with the areas that we need the most work, and so she'll be there helping. So it's kind of it's a whole community effort. It's, you know, everyone at the school is really on board with it. So. Yeah.
She runs our recycling club.
Yeah.
Okay, with the recycling club, do the kids gather up recyclables, or do they go home, or is there a note or anything that is sent out for families to send in?
The custodian runs the club. It's an after-school club. Her name is Marty Dawson. She's awesome. She runs the club, and they meet, and they have an organized way that they collect all of the recyclables from the campus, and then I'm not sure how often, but they just about last week, Marty, the custodian, came with a whole bunch of brand new equipment, playground equipment, so the kids at lunchtime have things to use while they're out at lunch. So it's awesome. She just came up with a whole bunch of new stuff, and she said this is what the recycling club is for.
Great.
Yeah,
and they paint. They had old trash cans that they painted, put recycled.
Do you mind holding that thought real quick? We're just getting ready to go commercial, and so sorry, we have a lot to talk about, so please be sure to come right back. Welcome back. This is Ridgecrest Talk. I'm ClairAnn Herbert, and tonight we have James Monroe Middle School Principal Dr. Bonnie Porter and Vice Principal Mr. Michael Cernett. And we were just discussing the Pride Day. We wrapped that up, and now I would be interested in knowing about some programs that you have going on at the junior high.
Cool.
Okay, one of the things that we're starting this year is a new math program called Go Math, and it's great because the students are doing a lot of work on their Chromebooks, which are like laptops. So you walk into a math class and you have 6th, 7th, 8th grade students with their Chromebooks out doing problems on the computer.
Do you find that makes things easier, or is it making things?
There's really walking around. They are doing some really cool stuff. I mean, you know, there's all kinds of little things. They're not really games, but it's more interesting to the students instead of just straight out doing math problems.
A little more fun.
Yeah, and even in the computer class, there's typing things where they do their speed typing, and then they have races with cars or whatever, and so they have to prove without mistakes. They have to prove their typing ability, but they can also watch their.
So it sounds like so much fun. I'd like to do
I know.
that.
I wish they had that when we were, because
it's engaging. The students are very engaged and interested in math and trying to better themselves. And one of the neat things, our district has provided support. So we have a teacher that comes every Monday all day long just to support the math program. So she's in there helping the kids Her name is Maggie Holmes. She's in there helping the kids get on the computers, and she's actually in the classrooms supporting the teachers with all the new technology. So that's huge. The teachers find that very, very
do
helpful.
you find that kids, do most of them pick it up right away, or have you ran into any that don't know how to use a computer?
A lot of the kids know how to use the Chromebooks better than the teachers, because they're relatively new to us, but a lot of the kids had them in elementary school, especially the 6th graders. So we're, this past week or two, we've been witnessing them logging in and all of that, and it's kind of been a learning process for the teachers as well as the students.
So teachers teaching kids, kids teaching teachers.
Right.
It's kind of a nice little system.
And it's cool for the kids to see that the teachers are human. They don't know everything. Sometimes they need help with stuff. And
this is true. I just had this conversation with my daughter the other day. They seem to, they think that adults are superheroes, and they forget that we're humans too.
Or worse.
Yes.
I'm not sure that I've attained superhero skills just quite yet.
Yeah, but I think we have the technology, but to actually see the kids using it, so they have access to Chromebooks in their English classes, their math classes, science classes. The Chromebooks are coming, and our special ed classes. But to see them engaged and using the technology to advance their learning, I think it's really, really important. And then hopefully when they move on to boroughs, they're so familiar with the technology, it'll just be a seamless transition into the high school.
Well, back in the day, we would have entire classes that would get up and walk to the computer lab, and that takes time out of the period. And so the kids have the computers just sitting there, and they're real small. They're like tablet size.
So does each class have that?
Yeah, they have a whole set, and they just distribute them to all the kids, and the kids know their number, and they just log in, and away they go. And it's and the teacher. So now the teacher can come up behind people.
What happens when the computers crash one day?
We haven't had that happen yet.
Well, ours have crashed.
Should not be taken out into the universe.
Well, yes, thank you for that. I think that just hit the cloud, and hopefully it'll stay.
Don't blame me.
No.
But they do have workbooks that support what's online, but it's pretty neat system because they have both, and so you'll see them looking at their workbooks, going online, and figuring stuff out. It's pretty.
Well, and there's really innovative lessons out there, and it's like the sky is the limit. I mean, I'm sure that you could research it all day, every day, and find something new. And so the teachers have so much more available to them by using the Chromebooks. It's pretty crazy.
Does this have anything to do with the Common Core?
Yes.
Don't. That's all.
You said
it. So the big piece of Common Core is we want to make sure our students are prepared for jobs or a career when they leave high school. And a huge part of that in our world today is technology. So if they're starting in elementary, going on to middle, high school, using these Chromebooks, getting involved in learning with technology, then hopefully they'll be prepared. The programs we have now are probably not what our students will use in the workforce, but at least they have experience.
Well, and the concepts and building the pathways of figuring things out and using technology, for things like Common Core, and that's how the world is now. And it's nice because we feel like we are pretty well caught up with the rest of the world, and I mean, you came from a larger district, and we're doing the same stuff that she was doing there. So it's cool to be in this town for so long, and seeing that we are staying, we're on the cutting edge of technology. And
right. Now, have you found any disadvantages to this Common Core, or has it been going pretty smoothly?
I think that Common Core is a fabulous opportunity for us as educators to come together and really create some innovative ways for students to learn. I feel like it's actually opened up the possibilities that teachers have, because teaching is a science, but it's also an art, and we have to respect the art piece. And to me, the Common Core has fewer precise, you have to learn this, this, and this. It's more general. For example, in reading, they're talking more about are students able to read, understand, and maintain information, instead of do they know where they put the commas, do they know where to put apostrophes. And so it really opens up to me that art of teaching, letting the teachers do what they do best, and we need to support that. So I'm a big proponent of Common Core.
Well, along with that, there's a lot of collaboration. The district has opportunities for all of the teachers to meet and collaborate. So everyone is on the same page, and what one teacher discovers can share it. And so it's, this is kind of the third year of Common Core introduction to our district. This is the implementation year this year.
It's still fairly new.
Pretty new, yeah. This is actually the first year that they say rolling out the Common Core, and we've been preparing for 3, or actually 2, and so this is the year that we're really implementing.
Right, and this is supposed to be versatile for any students that move, right? Is that what that's?
Most of the states across the United States. So when our students apply to college, if they're applying in, I don't know, Kentucky, they should be as equally prepared as the students in Kentucky, and the testing should be the same.
Right.
So you're not comparing. California has very high testing standards. With Common Core, it should be evened out.
Right.
And
now, does this still allow the students, for some that might be a little more advanced than others?
Eventually, the testing that they do is supposed to, if they're doing really well, they move on to a higher level. It's all going to be on the computer.
All right. You know what? I'm so sorry. We're going to have to get back onto this because we're going to a commercial break. I'm so sorry. Come right back. We have a lot more to talk about. So
We might have to come back again. This is kind of fun.
I see it's
welcome back. This is Ridgecrest Talk. I'm ClairAnn Herbert, and tonight our guests are James Monroe Middle School Principal, Dr. Bonnie Porter, and Vice Principal, Mr. Michael Cernett. And I just want to say, we've been having this conversation during commercial, and these two work so well together, and we're having a lot of fun. and we were just finishing up the Common Core and discussing how students are able to, what would that be?
Differentiate
and weaknesses.
Eventually.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
So we finished that all up, and then we were going to discuss, what was it, your strength-based training.
Yeah, so that's one of the things that we've realized, and people have come up to us, is we've realized that her strengths are my weaknesses and vice versa, and so we kind of, and it's a big push in the district to really take advantage of the strengths that you have in an organization like a school, so you can put the right people in the right places and really get it flowing smoothly. And that's one thing that Bonnie and I have noticed, is that we click pretty well at school, because I'm kind of discipline oriented. She is as well, but she's more education, so she knows that side, and we work really well. And so we take advantage of our strengths, and we're really pushing that at school as well.
For example, at staff meetings, our teachers are signed up for committees, so we let them choose their strengths. And some of them are on social committees, which is very important. Some are on the curriculum committees. Some are on discipline, and we have the safety committees. So the first meeting we have each month, we're allowing time for the committees to meet. The second meeting we have presentations by the curriculum committee, and then our department teams meet. Then the third meeting of the month, our grade level teams are meeting. And the fourth meeting of the month, our safety and discipline committees are presenting. So the teachers are there using staff meeting time to get into committees and teams and really work together where their strengths are to make our organization stronger. And that's been really, I think, successful.
Yeah.
At our staff meeting today, we presented the committees, made sure everybody was on the right committees, and we had teachers standing around talking. We were done with our meeting, and they were still there talking and engaged and collaborating.
20 minutes after the meeting, and normally it's a group that looking at their watch, and they can't wait to get out the door.
Right,
and
right.
I said, Bonnie, look at these people are here, and they're still talking about. So it's working.
And they're constantly in our office.
Sounds like it makes a good working environment.
Yeah.
It's good, you know, and there's lots of people that come to the staff lounge. We want it to be, you know, a welcoming place. People want to be there. They're having, you know, not necessarily having fun, but it's comfortable. They feel safe. They feel valued, and we're really trying to push that this year.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Well, now speaking of strengths, what would you say? Because I don't know why this made me think of it, but the whole bullying thing. Some are stronger than others.
No, that's a great
segue. I'm really curious because I've seen a lot of the controversy on, some parents feel that we need to be training our children to deal with it, and others, feel that we need to intervene, and, where's the balance? I'm kind of curious.
I think parents giving their kids a little bit of a thick skin, preparing them for that, because, I mean, it's a part of life. But we really try and if I get any complaint from any kid or any parent or anything like that, I don't just say we'll take care of it. No, I call those people up and we get them in, and I spoke with them as the kids as big groups, and we're really trying to, bad things happen to people that are bullied, and we don't want any of that to happen.
Right.
Well, and I think one of the things, not only if someone says they're having a problem with another student, we address it. Either of us address it, but then we also are trying to pop into classrooms the rest of the day, talking to both the victim and the person who's doing the bullying, making sure that what we addressed actually made an impact, and that some of the bullying is stopped. And I've had several parents come up to us, or to me, and I know you have, say, my kid is not going home talking about bullying, but we're really trying to address it before it becomes a big issue, and trying to encourage the students, parents, teachers to come to us, and if they come to us, making sure we address it so they do feel comfortable and feel like it's being taken care of. And I think a lot of times the bullying stops just when people know that they're being watched.
Right. Well, and as Bonnie said, we get out in the classrooms and we kind of nip little things in the bud so they don't turn in. If we can see something going on in the classroom, we pull them out. Now they apologize. I had a kid today. A kid hurt him in first period. By second period, I had spoken to the kid. He didn't mean to do it, and he went back to his second period class and he apologized right there. And at lunchtime, they were back being friends again. And so, cool. Instead of the kid retaliating and blah blah blah, and then his friends and then his friends, you cut it off when it's really early, and everything just kind of gets back to normal.
And at passing periods, our teachers are out in the hallways. We try to be out as much as possible at every passing period. We're out at lunch. We have our supervisors stationed in different areas, but the bathrooms and drinking fountains are supervised during lunchtime by an adult, and the students have to use a bathroom or drinking fountain that is supervised, so we know what's going on. Our custodians are in and out of the bathrooms, are cleaning them twice a day, making sure things are clean and nice for the students, and just having a pleasant environment. And I think that's a big part of it. It's not acceptable to bully.
Fantastic.
Yeah, we're happy with the way that things are going early on. Early on.
Yeah.
It's only been 3 weeks. I don't know if we're past the honeymoon period yet, but keep your fingers crossed.
Right, yeah, absolutely. Well, really quick, because we're running out of time, and I wanted to make sure that, are there any special dates that you would like to address? We only have about a minute, but some dances?
We have a dance coming up September 12th. We're planning we're calling it a fall festival. It's kind of a Halloween thing, but we'd like to kind of change the name to a fall festival.
Is that with the dodgeball?
Yeah, we're planning a little dodgeball.
Do the kids get to hit the teachers and the staff?
Teachers usually play. I've jumped in and
wait a minute, I didn't know about that one.
I wasn't going to tell you that.
Okay.
No, actually, Miss Flatabo jumped in last year with So and the kids love that kind of stuff, and there'll be the traditional, the traditional holiday cakewalks and all of that kind of stuff.
Our PTSO is planning, and they wanted a haunted house. I don't know. We're working on that. It's in the works.
Well, you know what? I don't mean to cut you guys off.
Okay.
We had so much to talk about. I'm so sorry. We're getting ready to end for the night. Thank you so much for being with us. And I want to remind the community to tune into the local news Monday through Friday from 5:30 to 6, and Ridgecrest Talk Monday through Friday from 6 to 6:30.
Yeah.
And this was such a great
Yeah.
talk, and
Thank
I'm
you.
so sorry there was so much to talk about.
Well, we've got lots more. I mean, thank
You'll
you
have
very
to have
much.
us back again.
And absolutely, absolutely, and please let us know.
Well,
if
we
there's
have the Facebook page too, the PTSO